Have you ever thought about the power of words? I mean, really thought about it. Words are everywhere. They're the first things we hear when we're born, the last things we often remember. They fill our books, our screens, our conversations. But what are they, really? Are they just sounds we make with our mouths, or scribbles on a page? No, they're so much more than that. Words are the building blocks of our reality. Think about it. The way we describe our experiences shapes how we remember them. If you call a tough day a disaster, you'll remember it as a complete catastrophe. But if you call it a challenge, you frame it as something you can overcome. Same event, different words, completely different feeling. That's not just semantics. That's psychology. Our internal monologue, the constant stream of words in our head, literally creates the world we live in. A careless comment can leave a scar that lasts a lifetime. We've all been on the receiving end of hurtful words, and we know how deeply they can cut. This is why being mindful of our language is so incredibly important. Every word we speak or write has a ripple effect, an energy that goes out into the world. Are we contributing to the noise and negativity, or are we using our words to heal, to uplift, and to connect? A careless comment can leave a scar that lasts a lifetime. We've all been on the receiving end of hurtful words, and we know how deeply they can cut. This is why being mindful of our language is so incredibly important. Every word we speak or write has a ripple effect, an energy that goes out into the world. Are we contributing to the noise and negativity, or are we using our words to heal, to uplift, and to connect? A careless comment can leave a scar that lasts a lifetime. We've all been on the receiving end of hurtful words, and we know how deeply they can cut. This is why being mindful of our language is so incredibly important. Every word we speak or write has a ripple effect, an energy that goes out into the world. Are we contributing to the noise and negativity, or are we using our words? This is why being mindful of our language is so incredibly important. Every word we speak or write has a ripple effect, an energy that goes out into the world. Are we contributing to the noise and negativity, or are we using our words to heal, to uplift, and to connect? A careless comment can leave a scar that lasts a lifetime. We've all been on the receiving end of hurtful words, and we know how deeply they can cut. This is why being mindful of our language is so incredibly important. Every word we speak or write has a ripple effect, an energy that goes out into the world. Are we contributing to the noise and negativity, or are we using our words to heal, to uplift, and to connect? They reflect our culture, our values, and our priorities. What words are we creating and popularizing today? And what does that say about who we are becoming as a society? Let's dive deeper into the neuroscience of it. When we hear a word, our brain doesn't just process a sound. It lights up a whole network of associated memories, emotions, and concepts. And what about the words we don't say? Sometimes, silence speaks volumes. The pause before a big announcement, the comfortable silence between old friends, or the heavy silence after an argument. The absence of words can be just as impactful as their presence. It creates space for reflection, for emotion, for understanding to sink in. Learning when to speak and when to be silent is a crucial part of mastering the art of communication. So, how can we harness this incredible power in our own lives? It starts with awareness. Pay attention to the words you use, both when you speak to others and when you speak to yourself. Try a little experiment. For one day, make a conscious effort to replace negative, limiting words with positive, empowering ones. Instead of "I can't do this," try "I'll give it my best shot." Power in our own lives. It starts with awareness. Pay attention to the words you use, both when you speak to others and when you speak to yourself. Try a little experiment. For one day, make a conscious effort to replace negative, limiting words with positive, empowering ones. Instead of "I can't do this," try "I'll give it my best shot." Instead of "this is a problem," try "this is an opportunity to find a solution." You might be amazed at how this simple shift can change your perspective and even your outcomes. When you communicate with others, choose your words with intention. Before you speak, ask yourself, is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? We live in a world that's often loud and reactive. Instead of "this is a problem," try "this is an opportunity to find a solution." You might be amazed at how this simple shift can change your perspective and even your outcomes. When you communicate with others, choose your words with intention. Before you speak, ask yourself, is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? We live in a world that's often loud and reactive. Different languages have words for concepts and emotions that don't exist in others. The German word Schadenfreude describes the pleasure derived from someone else's misfortune. The Japanese concept of ikigai refers to a reason for being. By learning these words, we expand our own emotional and conceptual toolkit. We gain new perspectives and a richer understanding of the human experience. Even the physical act of writing can be transformative. Journaling, for example, is a powerful tool for self-discovery. The process of taking the chaotic jumble of thoughts and feelings in your head and organizing them into coherent sentences on a page can bring incredible clarity. It helps you understand yourself better, process difficult emotions, and find solutions you might not have seen otherwise. It's you using words to become your own therapist, your own coach, and your own best friend. So, the next time you're about to speak, type, or even just think, take a moment. Remember the weight and the magic of the tools you are about to use. Words are not just words. They are spells we cast every single day, shaping our own reality and the world around us. They can be keys that unlock doors or walls that imprison us. They can be bombs that heal or weapons that wound. The choice is always ours. What will you create with your words today? Thank you so much for joining me on this little journey into the world of words. If this got you thinking, please hit that like button and share it with someone who might appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the things that make us human. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What is a word that has had a powerful impact on your life? Until next time, speak kindly and live fully. Before I begin, I want to speak to you, not to the collective you, the audience, but to you, the individual person watching this right now. I want you to know that whatever you're going through, whatever brought you here today, you are not alone in this. Life can feel overwhelming, like you're navigating a storm without a compass. Maybe you're feeling lost, stuck, or just plain tired. Maybe the weight of expectations, from others, or from yourself, feels too heavy to carry. I've been there. We've all been there in some way. It's a part of the human experience. But it's so easy to forget that when you're in the thick of it, isn't it? It's easy to believe the voice that says, you're the only one struggling, the only one who can't seem to get it right. That voice is a liar. Today, I want to share something that completely changed my perspective. A simple shift that helped me find my way out of the fog. And it's not some magic formula or a quick fix. It's a process, a journey back to yourself. It starts with one small, radical act, giving yourself permission. Permission to not be okay. Permission to be messy, to be uncertain, to not have all the answers. We live in a world that constantly pushes us to be perfect, to be productive, to always be climbing higher. But what if the most courageous thing you could do today is just to pause, to breathe, to simply allow yourself to be exactly where you are, without judgment? Think about it. When a friend is struggling, what do? We offer them grace. We listen. We tell them it's okay to feel what they're feeling. Why is it so hard to offer that same kindness to ourselves? This journey of self-compassion began for me on a particularly rough day. I felt like a complete failure. Every goal seemed impossibly far, and every past mistake was playing on a loop in my head. I was paralyzed by my own inner critic. Then, I stumbled upon this idea. Treat yourself like you would treat a good friend. It sounded so simple, almost silly. But I was desperate, so I tried it. I literally sat down and wrote a letter to myself, as if I were writing to a friend I cared about deeply. I acknowledged the pain, I validated the struggle, and I reminded myself of my strengths, of all the times I had overcome challenges before. The shift wasn't instantaneous, but it was profound. It was like a tiny crack of light in a dark room. It was the beginning of rewriting my own internal narrative. From there, I started incorporating small acts of self-kindness into my daily life. It wasn't about grand gestures. It was about the little things. Instead of pushing through exhaustion, I'd allow myself a 20-minute nap. Instead of berating myself for a mistake at work, I'd take a deep breath and ask, what can I learn from this? I started a gratitude journal, not just for the big things, but for the tiny moments of joy. The taste of my morning coffee, the warmth of the sun, a funny text from a friend. These small deposits into my own emotional bank account started to add up. They built a foundation of resilience that I never knew I had. It's a practice, not a perfection. There are still days when the old critical voice gets loud, but now I have a new voice to counter it, a kinder, more compassionate one. So, my invitation to you today is this. What is one small way you can be a friend to yourself right now? Maybe it's stepping away from your screen for 5 minutes to just breathe. Maybe it's forgiving yourself for something you said or did. Maybe it's celebrating a tiny win that you would normally dismiss. Whatever it is, no matter how small it seems, do it. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own support. Remember, this journey is not about becoming a different person. It's about coming home to the person you've always been, beneath all the layers of expectation and self-criticism. If this message resonated with you, I'd love to hear about your own experiences in the comments. Let's create a space of support for each other. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more conversations like this. Take care of yourself. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about something really important. Something that sits at the core of all our relationships, our careers, and even how we see ourselves. It's respect, but not just any respect. I'm talking about that deep, genuine respect that people earn. The kind that makes others listen when you speak and value your presence. How do you become that person? It's not about being the loudest in the room or having the most power. It's much quieter, much more profound than that. It starts with self-respect. Think about it. How can you expect others to value you if you don't value yourself first? This means setting boundaries. It means saying no to things that drain your energy or compromise your values. It means carving out time for your own goals, your health, and your happiness. When you treat your own time and well-being as precious, others will start to do the same. It sends a powerful, unspoken message. I am worthy of respect. Next, let's talk about competence. In any field, whether it's your job, your hobby, or even just giving advice to a friend, people respect those who know what they're doing. This isn't about being a genius overnight. It's about the daily grind of learning, practicing, and improving. It's about being dedicated to your craft. And improving. It's about being dedicated to your craft. When you consistently deliver high-quality work or offer insightful, well-thought-out opinions, you build a reputation for excellence. People naturally gravitate towards and respect those who are masters of their domain. So, commit to becoming undeniably good at what you do. The respect will follow naturally. Another huge piece of the puzzle is integrity. This is about being the same person whether someone is watching or not. It's about keeping your promises. The respect will follow naturally. Another huge piece of the puzzle is integrity. This is about being the same person whether someone is watching or not. It's about keeping your promises. People naturally gravitate towards and respect those who are masters of their domain. So, commit to becoming undeniably good at what you do. The respect will follow naturally. Another huge piece of the puzzle is integrity. This is about being the same person whether someone is watching or not. It's about keeping your promises. People naturally gravitate towards and respect those who are masters of their domain. So, commit to becoming undeniably good at what you do. The respect will follow naturally. Another huge piece of the puzzle is integrity. This is about being the same person whether someone is watching or not. It's about keeping your promises. And finally, perhaps the most crucial element, how you treat others. The golden rule is golden for a reason. If you want respect, you must give it freely and genuinely. Listen more than you speak. Try to understand other people's perspectives, even if you don't agree with them. Acknowledge their contributions and celebrate their successes. When you treat every single person, from the CEO to the janitor, with kindness and dignity, you show your own strength of character. True respect is a two-way street. It's earned not by demanding it, but by demonstrating it in your everyday interactions. When you treat every single person, from the CEO to the janitor, with kindness and dignity, you show your own strength of character. True respect is a two-way street. It's earned not by demanding it, but by demonstrating it in your everyday interactions. Because what I'm about to share with you isn't just another productivity hack or a fleeting motivational quote. This is about a fundamental shift in how you see yourself and your potential. It's something that completely changed the game for me, and I genuinely believe it can do the same for you. We all have those days, right? You wake up, and the to-do list feels like a mountain you can't climb. The goals you set feel distant, almost impossible. You start questioning everything. Am I good enough? Do I have what it takes? I've been there more times than I can count. I was stuck in a cycle of starting things with huge enthusiasm, only to fizzle out when I hit the first, second, or 10th obstacle. It was frustrating, and honestly, it was soul-crushing. I felt like I was running on a hamster wheel, putting in all the effort, but getting absolutely nowhere. The turning point wasn't some magical moment or a stroke of luck. It was a simple, yet profound realization. I understood that my biggest obstacle wasn't the external challenges, it was my internal narrative. It was the story I was telling myself every single day. The story was that I wasn't disciplined enough, not smart enough, not worthy enough of the success I craved. And because I believed that story, I made it my reality. I was my own worst enemy, and I didn't even know it. So, what changed? I decided to become the author of a new story. I started focusing not on the massive, scary end goal, but on the smallest possible win I could achieve each day. Just one. It could be as simple as making my bed, writing one paragraph, sending one email I'd been dreading, or doing a 5-minute workout. The goal wasn't to conquer the world in a day. It was to prove to myself that I could keep a promise. That's it. Keep one small promise to myself. What I'm getting at is the power of building trust with yourself. Think about it. You trust your friends because they show up for you. They keep their word. Why should the relationship with yourself be any different? Every time you tell yourself you're going to do something, and then you don't, you erode that trust. You teach your brain that your words don't mean anything. So when you set a big goal, your subconscious is already saying, yeah, right, we've heard this before. But when you start keeping those tiny promises, something incredible happens. You start building evidence. You're creating a track record of reliability. Each small win is like a brick. One brick doesn't look like much, but day after day, you keep laying them down, and soon you've built a foundation of self-trust and self-respect, so strong that when you decide to build a castle on top of it, your mind doesn't doubt you. It knows you're a builder. It knows you follow through. This isn't about motivation. Motivation is fickle. It comes and goes. This is about discipline, but not the motivation is fickle. It comes and goes. This is about discipline, but not the harsh, punishing kind. It's about the discipline of being kind to yourself, of setting achievable targets, and of celebrating the small victories along the way. It's about showing up for yourself, especially on the days you don't feel like it, because those are the days that count the most. Those are the days you lay the most important bricks. So, my challenge to you is this. What is the one small promise you can make to yourself and keep today? Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. It doesn't have to be grand. Just make it meaningful to you. Write it down if you need to, and then do it. And then do it. And when you've done it, take a moment to acknowledge it. Feel that small surge of pride. That's you, rebuilding your relationship with yourself, one promise at a time. That's how you go from dreaming to doing. Thank you so much for watching and for letting me share this with you. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear about the promise you're making to yourself in the comments below. Let's support each other in this journey. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content on building a life you're truly proud of. See you in the next one. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that I think is incredibly powerful, yet so often overlooked. It's that feeling, that tiny moment just before something big happens. You know what I'm talking about, right? That split second when you're about to take a leap, about to make a decision, about to change everything. It's a space filled with a unique kind of energy, a mix of excitement, a little bit of fear, and a whole lot of possibility. We spend so much of our lives either looking back at the past or planning for the future, but we rarely stop to appreciate this about-to moment. Think about it. The moment you're about to graduate. The butterflies in your stomach just before a first date. The deep breath you take before you step on stage or into a big job interview. These aren't just transition periods. They are powerful launch pads. This is where potential energy transforms into kinetic energy. It's the universe holding its breath right along with you. Let's break down why this moment is so crucial. Firstly, it's a moment of pure potential. Nothing has happened yet, so anything and everything is still possible. The story isn't written. In that space, you are the author, holding the pen, poised over a blank page. You haven't made the wrong choice, or the right one. You are simply on the verge. Embracing this feeling can be incredibly liberating. It reminds us that our future is set in stone, and that we have the agency to shape it. Secondly, the abouts moment is a masterclass in mindfulness. To truly experience it, you have to be present. You can't be dwelling on what you did yesterday, or stressing about all the things you have to do tomorrow. You have to be right here, right now, fully aware of your senses, your heartbeat, your breath, This is the essence of living in the moment. When you're about to dive into a pool, you feel the sun on your skin. You smell the chlorine. You hear the splash of others. You are completely alive. So, how can we harness the power of this moment? It starts with recognition. The next time you find yourself on the brink of something, don't rush through it. Pause. Take a mental snapshot. Acknowledge the feeling. Name it. Say to yourself, I am about to begin. This simple act of recognition can transform anxiety into anticipation. It turns nervous energy into fuel. Instead of thinking, what if I fail? Try thinking, what if I fly? Let's consider a few examples. An athlete in the starting blocks is in the ultimate about-to state. Every muscle is coiled. Every sense is heightened. They've trained for months, even years, for this race. But in that final second, before the starting gun fires, all that matters is their focus and their readiness to explode into action. They aren't thinking about the finish line yet. They're thinking about the launch. That's where the race is often won or lost. Or think about an artist staring at a blank canvas. They are about to create something from nothing. The possibilities are infinite. It could be a masterpiece or it could be a mess, but in that moment before the first brushstroke, it is pure, unadulterated potential. This moment can be daunting, for sure. The fear of the blank page is real, but it's also a moment of immense freedom. There are no rules yet, no mistakes to fix. There is only the promise of creation. We can apply this to our daily lives, too. You're about to have a difficult conversation with someone. Instead of dreading it and playing out 1,000 negative scenarios in your head, take a moment, breathe, acknowledge your intention. Maybe your goal is to find understanding or to express your feelings honestly by focusing on the about-to moment. You can center yourself and approach the situation with more clarity and compassion, rather than with defensiveness or fear. This concept also ties into the idea of beginner's luck. Why do beginners sometimes succeed where experts struggle? It's often because they don't have the baggage of past failures. They exist in a state of pure about-to. They're not overthinking every move based on what went wrong before. They are open, curious, and fully present in their attempt. They are simply doing, without the weight of expectation. Now, I want to be clear. This isn't about ignoring planning or preparation. Preparation is what gets you to the starting line. It's the training, the studying, the practice. But once you're there, once you're about to go, you have to trust that you've done the work and let go. You have to surrender to the moment and allow yourself to perform. Overthinking at the last second is the enemy of flow. Let's try a little exercise. Think about something you're about to do today. It could be big, like starting a new project at work, or small, like cooking a new recipe for dinner. Before you begin, I want you to just pause for 30 seconds. Close your eyes if you can. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Take one deep breath in and one long breath out. Acknowledge that you are on the cusp of beginning. Feel the quiet energy of that moment. Then, open your eyes and start. See if it changes your experience, even just a little bit. The beauty of the about-to moment is that it's a constant in our lives. We're always on the verge of the next moment, the next breath, the next choice. By learning to tune into this feeling, we can navigate our lives with more intention, more excitement, and less fear. We can learn to see every new beginning not as a source of anxiety, but as an adventure waiting to unfold. It's about replacing I have to with I get to. You don't have to give that presentation. You get to share your ideas. You don't have to go on that run. You get to move your body and feel strong. This subtle shift in perspective, rooted in appreciating the moment before the action, can radically change your experience of life. It's a shift from obligation to opportunity. So, the next time you feel that familiar flutter of nerves, that sense of being on a precipice, don't push it away. Lean into it. Cherish it. It's a sign that you're alive, that you're growing, that you're pushing your own boundaries. It's the universe whispering to you, ready? Let's go. That about-to feeling isn't the obstacle. It's the starting gate, and the race is yours to run. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and exploring this idea. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. When have you felt that powerful about-to moment in your own life? What did you do with it? If you enjoyed this video and it gave you something to think about, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content just like this. It really helps the channel grow. Until next time, embrace the beginning. Thanks for watching.